Welcome to Modern Homestead, Alaska. This morning we woke up to silence. No power, no humming, just us, and a windstorm struck the homestead. With the power grid down across our region, everything changed fast, and today survival looks a little bit different. Our miniature dairy cow Peaches still needs water, no matter what the weather throws at us. So we set out on a long, cold, 2-day hunt for water, battling power outages across the valley, empty tanks, broken water machines, and Alaska's bitter cold. Dinner is cooked by firelight and headlamps on our wood cook stove because even on the good days, it is our heat and cooking source. Day 2 hit hard, filling and starting the generators just to keep the milk fridge and others going. It gave us one small victory, while our poor neighbors faced a water situation that becomes desperate. This is the story of frustration and triumph of a homestead built for resilience and a family determined to thrive. Storm or no storm, welcome to the adventure. Welcome to Modern Homestead, Alaska. It is about 20 degrees out, but with the wind chill, they're saying it's going to feel like about negative 15 today. And it feels a lot colder than it actually is. However, as this video rolls along, we will just kind of share that we built this homestead with the intention of not having power. And we've been pleasantly surprised since moving here in 2021 that we've only gone through a handful of spells where we didn't have power, and today just happens to be one of them. Good morning, beautiful. You see Aaron over there? He's trying to pick up my trees already. Oh, nice! Put it in the coop! The wind ripped my flag off of the chicken coop. It broke it off? Oh man, she's full. Okay, babe. Pretty clean down here from last night's milking, and so I only have a little bit of warm water. We don't need a whole bunch. Give me that. That we're back up and running, I'll give you a little fill-in on everything going on. We didn't get the filter, so when we filmed that video, that was just a couple of days ago. It's not even been a week since we filmed trying to get the house filters. And in that meantime, my thermostat went out in my truck and I had no heat. So Aaron was working on fixing my truck, and he works a full-time job, and by full-time I mean 60-80 hours a week, out off of the homestead, away from the house. And so certain things kind of weighed on him a little bit. Well, we're now in a situation where Peaches needs water. We have no power, therefore we have no water. So we're gonna have to go to town to try and fill up some water jugs. We may go to the gym because we can't shower. There's just a whole lot that kind of went into it, and part of it's our own fault for, we shifted our focus to what seemed immediate at the time, and of course it always is the thing that you're not prepared for that happens. However, with that being said, our theory is also, well, when you get 90% of everything prepared and then the 10% happens that you weren't prepared for, you don't have 100% of things wrong. You just have 10% of things not going according to plan. So today we'll deal with the 10% we didn't get done beforehand. She just pooped in the middle of my milky, but look, the milk that just barely dripped off in the middle is already frozen. It's so cold out.
Look at that, she takes care of most of it for us.
Scrape most of it off herself. You're gonna give her all the drinking water we have left? Yeah.
Come here, baby.
She says, thanks, Dad.
She knows how to tip it and get some.
I know. She's so smart. Well, Erin ran in the house and grabbed the 2 gallons of drinking water that we had. We're finding crap just blown all over our yard. So we're gonna take these to town, as well as a bunch of 5-gallon buckets, and get some filtered water for our cow. Push came to shove. Let's pretend that the roads were shut down and we couldn't do any of that. We do have a lake that is spring fed, and it is a freshwater lake, and it's not stagnant water. However, we would give it to the livestock, but we wouldn't drink it without boiling it ourselves. So there's that. But we have an auger. We could walk out on the lake, fill buckets with water, and haul them up here to the cow, if that is what it came down to. What's today, the 6th? 12,
Yes.
6 a.m. milking. Friends, is why we have no power. This is one of the roads that we live off of. Bay Lodge, and that's their HVAC. Their entire roof is ripping off. Like, it is demolishing so much as we're pulling in, like, literally the whole, wow, this is crazy. Well, we tried to stop at the Three Bears on our way to town, so now we gotta see if we can get some water here at Fred Meyer's. There is no power on a road called the KTB. For anyone that's local, they know what that is. Whoa. It is so windy, it's taking the hood off my head. Broken windows. Well, we made it into the Fred Meyer, and oh my goodness, you guys, we had to run to do some stuff really quick, and then all the power went out while we were in there, and it was pitch black dark, and all of the kids started screaming. So they're running on generator power because now Wasilla's out of power, and Wasilla actually had power when we came to town. So we're just gonna try and figure out water and head home and start dinner, I think, on the wood cook stove, because we're now being told that power for us may be a day or so. So they put a little generator out here on the water machine because everyone's out of water and the store is out of power. But it is $6 for 5 gallons of water. I am really disappointed in ourselves, but we just didn't have the time after everything jostled around with the earthquake. We just did not have the time to get all the filters done, and we didn't want to fill all of the drinking water buckets full of like sediment and sand and everything that is coming out of our water right now. So it just is that 10% like I was talking about earlier, but 5 gallons, $6. All right, we gotta go somewhere else. Water isn't working. So we just drove all the way to Matsu Water, which we showed in our, again, the supply run, the final supply run of the year. And it says that they're open, and we got here, no one's here. They have power. We can see in the building there's power. So we're gonna head to an area called Meadows Lake. It's showing on the map of like locations that they have power, so we should maybe possibly be able to get water there. If not, we're just going to buy gallons of water in the Three Bears, and then we may have to drive to Willow. We can get water in Willow tomorrow if it is the case and we still don't have power. We've made it to the Meadows Lake Three Bears. They have full power. So we're gonna try this again. There we go. $1.99 each, so, and they have cases of them. Clearance shelves. And then just one and some individual drinking waters.
Certified? No thanks.
That should do it. Okay, so we got some gallons. We're gonna be fine for the day. They just told us this is the only Three Bear in the whole valley that is open, and so there you have it. KGB, Palmer, Eagle River, and Chugiak. All of them are closed right now. So there is just this horrific wind, and then if you look at the map, it is like circling. It looks almost like a tornado or a, what are they called? Hurricane? Like a hurricane that is like spinning out in the Gulf of Alaska, and it is just hammering that coast, and it is yanking the coldest air. Like my fingers hurt so bad. But update on my little warmest boots you've never heard of. We nicknamed them the Smurf boots, the little blue ones, and they are the color of a Smurf, and they look like the Smurf that wears the, you know, she wears those white boots, babe. Anywho,
It's called Smurfette.
Smurfette with her white little boots. I'm like, oh my gosh, and now that I've said it, I cannot unsee it whenever I look at these boots. A couple of you have actually gone on and ordered some of them, and these are just comfortable without foot warmers or anything up to -5. And then The other ones, the white ones I have, are comfortable up to negative 35 degrees without foot warmers or anything like that. And these are the lightweight ones that I have on right now. And honestly, we're still struggling with the heater in this truck, and I was getting hives just driving around in the pickup, and I do not have any feet warmers on. I've had these on for hours and I am totally fine, although my fingers froze so hard that it physically hurt to like grab hold of that cart to push it into the grocery store. So it is brutal cold right now, and my feet are doing fantastic. So I wanted to give you an update. There's like a shop thing you can do with YouTube, and I'll go ahead and link them if you need some super warm winter boots. But our kid is calling. Hold on.
All right, Pete. We're out of water. We're only giving you 5 at a time.
If you don't know, animals can be taught to drink when you water them, and something we've had to do every winter is just bring out 5 gallons at a time. When it's cold like this, we can't even get water out of the spigot even if we did have power. And Peaches has learned to drink when we bring out the water, but because she is in milk, meaning we're milking her twice a day every day, she needs double the amount of milk or double the amount of water she would need if she was just trying to survive winter. So we're gonna give her 5 gallons at a time, and then come back out in a couple hours, give her another 5 gallons, and so on. And what we're hoping we'll end up finding before this evening is some ice. What ice means is that she got enough water and that she is no longer drinking, so she's drank the amount of water that she needs to stay warm, to keep producing milk, all of that. So we're going to keep a super close eye on her above and beyond everything else. She has not quite finished this 5 gallons, but she's beginning to be totally unentertained by it. So hopefully she's gotten her fill. We'll bring her another 5 gallons when we milk, and then another 5 gallons, and so on until we find some ice in that bucket.
Yeah, so we still don't have any power. It's getting dark. It's only, I don't know what time it is, but it's getting dark here, and we're gonna start making some chili on the wood cook stove. Okay, this is the fun part about having a wood cook stove. Power's out, lights are out. We're having a little fun here. We're gonna start out with 2 pounds of ground beef and 1 pound of breakfast sausage. We're gonna brown that stuff up here in the pan. So the recipe calls for hot breakfast sausage, and we love spice in this house. So we're gonna go ahead and we got some, they didn't have any at the store, so we're gonna go ahead and make it with some more. We're gonna put some red pepper flakes in here. Has some freeze-dried jalapenos.
Dehydrated.
Oh, dehydrated, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they are different. Just regular jalapenos thrown in the dehydrator.
All right, so we got all the ground meat. We got it cooked up, ready to go. Got this pan preheated. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in here, and we're gonna go ahead and use about 1 pound of stew meat in here. Just to give a little extra meat. All right, we're gonna give this a little salt and pepper on this meat right here before seasoning it up just a little bit. All right, now we got 2 onions here, and we're gonna saute this down with some garlic and some chilies adobo. We're gonna get them nice and sauteed before we add the meat.
Oh, that meat brown nice.
This is the stew meat. Yep, got it all browned up. Here's our 1 can of chili's adobo and a head of garlic. Just stir it up. There. Alright, let that stuff start sweating down.
So these are our emergency candles that we've made a long time ago. They're melted Crisco, and this jar will last over 100 hours. And then in the middle of it, it's just a taper candle, like an emergency taper candle that you shove down in the melted Crisco when it solidifies. And it takes forever for this to burn. And it also doesn't put up any black smoke, so it won't do anything to the windows, but it will burn for this jar for about 100 hours. So there we have it. We have some emergency candles going. It's already dark. It's in the 4 o'clock hour. You can see my headlamp in the window. That's the lake out there. The sun is almost completely gone. And so I'm starting to light candles in all the rooms so that we have some light. Wyatt just has a regular candle, but we'll go ahead and light his emergency candle. So you can see right there that it's a taper inside of the Crisco.
So now we've got these onions, meat, and everything sauteed, and we're looking pretty dang good in here. And so we're gonna go ahead and add all the meat, and then we'll add all our sauces to it. Don't do this at home, folks. Yeah, that's hot. That's just...
You want a towel? Just do it like a man. Just bear the heat, man.
There, and bear it.
Look at that fire.
It's roasted.
Headlamps on. Cooking by the light of a fire and a headlamp.
That's it.
Happy Alaska Christmas.
So now I'm just kind of getting this all mixed up together a little bit. Next thing I'm going to add is some tomatoes. 28 cans, 28-ounce cans of diced tomatoes with all the sauce. I'm not draining them. I'm putting them all the way in there. Now we're going to use Rotel, and I'm going to use it's going to be actually about 30 ounces since they're 10-ounce cans, but 28. If you have 28-ounce cans, just one of those. Okay, and then we like this Meat Church chili seasoning. It's really good. You can find that at it's getting better now. More stores are carrying more of the Meat Church stuff up here, but this stuff's really good if you have a chance to find it. So this calls out for 5 tablespoons. Beer in there. We're gonna add 1 beer into the chili as well.
Or you can do broth.
Or you can do some beef broth. This a good stir. We're team meat chili. Like Matt from Meat Church says, team meat. I agree with him. You can add beans if you'd like. But right now we just got meat chili. We're gonna let this simmer all day. We're gonna put 1 whole jalapeno. We're just gonna set it in here and let it cook with it as it simmers for hours. Just let that cook in there. And we're gonna put a lid on this and let her cook down. Do what?
Erin's helping me. So they're all set up. I'll break them up. Are you eating it as you go? It's the best way to do it. So, I think I'll do it in batches.
Huh?
I said I think I'll do it in batches. Half of the chocolate. Half of the white. I have these little boxes that I put together. We'll fill them for the neighbors. Grab a scoop. So we're just grabbing whatever is in the fridge that we can. So I have some tomatoes. We have some scallions, the whites and the greens. And I had some avocado. This was from Costco trip. Come on. Oh, perfect. Erin grated up some cheese. We have some hot sauce. We have some sour cream. And we have some Fritos for our chili.
Look at that chili, folks.
We've shown the Frito trick before.
So we got some Frito in there, but man, I'm telling you, look at this. Mm-hmm.
Look at those chunks of meat. Stew meat.
It'll be delicious. Chili cheese, onion. Everybody knows I don't really like onion, but we'll put some on there.
No one knows that you love onion. They don't know that was a joke.
Sour cream. Gotta save some for Jessica. We don't have a lot there. And I always put in I go a little spicier, some hot sauce. Delish. Let's eat. Boom. Same for Jessica. Let's get her made up. Supposed to try it?
You supposed to try it? Yeah.
Am I
Go
supposed
ahead.
to try it? I mean, that's what they do on cooking channels.
Yeah. Yeah, get it, buddy. Let us know.
You know, the aromas and the smells of everything coming together. It just... Perfect.
Did you put...
Huh?
I've never ate with a headlamp at my own dining room table before. If you can see me, we are headed out to do night chores. Still no power. Going on 18 plus hours at this point. Here's a funny story. Not so funny. The most dangerous animal that we deal with in Alaska is actually moose. And the past several nights, and I do mean several, there has been 2 moose when we have milked. And normally I at least have outside lights on the house, even though we milk in the dark. Look at the moon. It's so bright. That is beautiful, lighting up the place. Well, woo, icy and windy. Well, ironically, last night, just out of the blue, for no apparent reason, All the dogs are over here with us milking. Aaron was helping me get a brush ready, and I was setting the milk bag outside of, is that it? What's right back there?
Huh?
What's right past the cow? Or the panels maybe reflecting in the moon. Anyway.
You're a little nervy.
Ooh, little nervy. A little nervy. Why? Okay, I'll turn my light so you can see. Hang on. Okay, so everything that I'm looking at right here, the moose literally started walking right where I am walking you right now. Right here, here's the side-by-side, here's a tree, and there is the cow's pen. And it literally just walked up. Aaron was standing right there, and I was standing right there. She kicks her ears back like she's got a problem with us. Aaron goes, stay in the pen with Peaches. So I did, and I at least have Peaches here. The cow moose comes and like kneels down and cleans up all of the leftover alfalfa right here. Doesn't even care one bit. But we keep finding them in the forest here, so on. Aaron goes into the house to get some protection because she is acting like she does not care, like super, super ears cocked back aggressively. He's like, you wait, I'll be right back. So he managed to get into the house, get all the dogs put up because they will stomp your dog. And he comes back out. I ended up having to crawl out of the fence, go Peach, in order to even get out on the other. Anyway, the gate is froze up. We got it. Got her now. Here we go. All right, so I end up having to climb all the way down there. You can't see anything because it's dark. And climb out of the gate, the fence, in order to get to the house. And Aaron then was able to protect me all the way there. So yes, I'm a little bit nervy at night because, like I said, the last several nights there has been moose, and twice now she's cocked her ears back at Aaron like she was the boss of the show and she was gonna come at him. So let's do our evening milking really quick. It's so cold, and then we'll head back in. Can you see Birdo there? He watches over Mom. I don't think they can see over her. There you go, my boy. You watching out for me? Good boy. Pepper's over there. Huh? Hi, Bubba. Hi, honey. Got our second milking done. I'm going to throw some iodine up on her. Well, all in all, it's actually been a fairly decent day for what it's been. Everyone's safe. We're warm. We just got a hold of all of our neighbors. We have some neighbors that are a little bit older than us up the hill. And then our other neighbors, they all have like young kids. Everyone is fine. Everyone's either got generators running, they have wood fires. So all in all, it's not been a bad day for what it's been. So we're just grateful and blessed that we were able to get water. And the cow, Aaron just gave her another 5 gallons of water, and she has walked over to it, gave it a little lick, and then walked away. So she wasn't even interested in it right now. So that means she is not thirsty. We got almost another gallon of water. I didn't push her too hard tonight because of the cold temperatures and the lack of water. But yeah, all in all, she's given us over 2 gallons today. We're doing pretty good. Aaron and I are gonna blow out some of these candles and just go cuddle in for the evening. There is nothing that we can do at this point, but thank you, Aaron, for the beautiful dinner, the going like a crazy person until you got water for the cow, I seriously appreciate you keeping the fire going and all of those things, including checking on our elderly neighbors and everyone else, making sure that they're all right. So with that, we're gonna head out for the evening. I will try to keep you updated, but as of right now, when this video is going out, we still don't have power. Hi friends, we're on day 2 of no power. They're expecting 90-mile-an-hour gust of wind later today, and so it's not looking like it's gonna clear up anytime soon. However, right now it's nice. We have some daylight, so Aaron and I are gonna get as much done as we can because we only have, what is it, 4 hours of daylight at this point. So first things first, we milk one time during the daylight because it gives us the opportunity to look over the cow and anything she might have going on. So we milk late in the evening. So late in the morning, late in the evening. We can change that as time goes on, but it was just really important to us to have one time to assess the entire situation in daylight out here. So we're gonna get her milked really quick. Our neighbors are about to be, not quite in, but about to be in a fairly desperate situation for water. So we think we're gonna set up some stuff for them. And then our freezer, one of the fridge freezers is defrosting and the milk fridge need to be plugged in. So Aaron's gonna move around some generators and get a bunch done today. So the video continues. You see my vitamin D? That's what it does. It comes up right there and it bounces this direction and then it sets. And so I get daylight in those windows just for a few hours every single day, and it totally helps with mood and depression and all those things that a lot of people deal with, the winter blues and so on up here in Alaska. And our house just happens to face in a way and sit at such an elevation that I get plenty of daylight in comparison to most up here. Oh, seriously? Pete, come on. Where are you going, Wyatt? Camping?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to check this out yet? No?
We picked it up like 2 days ago.
Let me know what you think of it.
And you got a winch on the front too.
I was gonna get the winch for the front too, yeah.
I was saying we can maybe go riding sometime. Ride the bike, ride mountain sleds. You gotta just ride this. I took the seat off.
Yeah, because you can just clip that seat on, right?
Yeah, it plugs in right here.
Yeah.
For the heated stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, what's
Yeah. I remember this is the exact one we were gonna buy. But
Yeah, they got this one.
There's no snow.
Yeah, it's a snowed. Still hasn't snowed.
Put this wherever you want it.
Jack, that doesn't seem close.
Where do you put it?
Hey, on the front or back.
Yeah, I know, but where were you storing it?
Oh, there's a little mount right here.
Oh, really?
The boys, since there's no power, yep, they're gonna go camping in this weather instead. Aaron and I looked at getting one of these. It actually is like a 2-person Titan, and the back seat is like heated with hand warmers and everything, but he clipped off the back seat to put a bunch of gear in there, and then they have a sled. Then Wyatt has his sled, Wyatt's truck, our trailer, all that fun stuff. So teenage boys, who thinks it's 0 degrees? It's supposed to feel like -10 the rest of the day, and then when the wind kicks up it can feel even lower than that, and they think, you know what, let's go camp in this. No thanks, not today. I'm not in the mood. Aaron's helping Wyatt get this Longo trailer out of here. We just got off the phone with our neighbors and they said it went from knowing and hoping that we could get power to a desperate situation. They have 5 horses, a bunch of goats, chickens, rabbits, the whole 9 yards. This tank, although dirty on the outside, has never had water inside of it. So it's perfect for drinking water. Our goal is at some point, it's gonna become a rain catchment and garden water so that we can water our garden. Well, here's the piece, and it was a bunch of pieces. This screws in here that has an on-off valve, and then it's necked all the way down to hook onto a regular water hose, and it'll gravity feed. And this is actually our neighbor's truck. Our son works for him, and he had this for work, so we've loaded it into their truck. We're gonna take this over and just drop it off, and he is gonna glue and put all these pieces together because they're not actually glued together, but we're gonna drop this off. The thing is we don't have a way to put 300 gallons of water here, so this wouldn't work for us right now unless we had a whole bunch more stock tanks and animals, and then it's gonna freeze up. But they have so many animals, it's gonna blow through this water in no time. And a neighbor not too far from us has water and power, and so they'll be able to fill it up, haul it over, and fill up all of their stock tanks and get all of their animals water. So that's what Aaron and I are doing right now, but I gotta drive over and pick up Aaron. My driveway is so high. I see my truck's not making it out. We don't have enough weight in. Dang. All right, let's go, girls. All right, we got that dropped off at our neighbor's. Aaron went down to get the generator because we need to plug in this refrigerator, and I need to move the milk refrigerator out here so we can run an extension cord to both of them. We were hoping, honestly, to have power by now, so we just didn't like jump right on top of doing this. But what I thought was funny and I wanted to share is when we do these things, these supply runs, or stocking up on different things, or we went to the off-grid cabin, got it ready for winter, brought home a bunch of generators, and we say, oh, we might need these. Everything we do is actually truly with intention, and I find it just so bizarre that we have that water tank, we had all of the parts and pieces, it's now gone over to our neighbors. We did that on a video. We recently, last Monday's shopping haul video, went and got gas and diesel and propane. They are not pumping propane at all right now in these temperatures. So we aren't using any propane. Our stove isn't running and our water heater isn't running. So those are the two things that run off of propane. But even if we had electricity and we weren't hit by this cold snap and this storm, they still wouldn't pump it for us, if that makes sense. And then we got a bunch of gas and we were like, well, we have the snow machines and the log splitter and chainsaws and all that for emergencies. And it just didn't dawn on us that we would need the gas for generators. So we're gonna be running generators. We have two kinds of generators. We have a huge welder generator that runs off diesel. And then we have a bunch of gas powered generators. We're just gonna use a little Honda gas generator on the front porch and then plug in the two fridges right now because that's truly the only thing we really need. We have not even cracked the seal on our deep freezes, and we are not heating the basement right now until the power comes back on. And we're not gonna heat the basement until it does, so that it is so cool and cold down there that those freezers are not battling to stay frozen. So you already brought up the generator?
Yeah.
And I chatted away the whole time. He's already got the generator here. I gotta go move the milk fridge out. $22 Hondo? EU?
Yeah.
Look at that. Let's just plug in this thing.
Huh?
Power. All right.
Power. Fridge is cooling off.
All right, we're just gonna clean up this one drained water all over the floor. I'm gonna clean up that water really quick and then we're gonna run to town for water. Believe it or not, loading up to go to Caleb's, I feel a lot more relaxed than I did yesterday, even though we've gone a lot longer without power than we've expected. But knowing there's a game plan, the wind has died down a little bit, we can go get water for Peaches. The generator's running, my milk fridge and everything is running. I just feel a lot more relaxed, believe it or not. So let's go get this done. What are you getting? More. 4 more. How much are they?
So the trick is you have to learn how to do this.
So you can just do it like a okay, 4 more for $25 each.
Oh.
You are not gonna believe this because we go, I cannot believe this. By the time, so they ordered up some pizzas with everything going on and I said, that's fine, we'd grab them. And by the time we put the 4 new water tanks in the truck and grab their pizzas, they are out of power again. So now we're at Caleb and Destiny's without power, but they have a little generator and we're gonna see if it runs their well just enough in order to get water for Peaches tonight. So where I went from feeling really, really good and like relaxed, like this is gonna be okay, we're gonna be okay, everything is fine, it's no big deal. It's a little bit stressful now. It's a little bit stressful now. So we're gonna head in here, hang out with my kids for a few minutes, and then see if we can at least get 10 gallons for Peaches for tonight. And then Aaron will, at this point, go all the way to Anchorage if we don't get power up and running.
Well, I don't know a lot of actors.
There's either plate. Well, come to find out, Caleb's on city water. So we were able to get 20 gallons from him. So his power's still out. They're gonna bring generators. The roofs are blowing off. This is brutal in town. It's not so bad at our house right now, but we just got word there's still no power. So I'm gonna go home and edit this video, send it out to the folks. Well, as of Sunday, this is still, you can't really tell, But those lines that come from that pole over there run all the way down to the ground with this tree laying on it at 5 o'clock on Sunday is still the situation. So we think that's why we're out of power. We think that's the problem. What do we know? Anywho, they're still not out here working on it, but we have 20 gallons of water for the cow, so we're gonna make it through another day. Well, Aaron and I are lighting all the candles because sun will be gone in just a couple of minutes. Just getting settled in, a tree being still down. There's no way, we're not getting power tonight, not that we know of, and if we do, it's gonna be way later. There's just so many big populated areas that are still out of power. Like Caleb lives in Wasilla, and they will hit all of those houses and folks first. So that's all right. With that, we thank you for watching today's video. We just kind of took you along for everything we were going through the last couple of days. It's been over 48 hours now, no power at our house. But that's okay. We have like several more generators. We have all that backup gas. We now have some water. We have a game plan again. It's always having that game plan. And Aaron and our neighbor already lined up with an electrician to come out and put something, what'd you call it, a pigtail? We're calling it a pigtail, and it's a plug that will go directly to our wellhead so that if we ever face this situation again, we will just plug it into one of our generators and boom, voila, we have water. We could also plug in the hot water heater to that as well. And then we would have hot water so we can wash dishes and flush toilets and take showers and do all of the things, but most importantly, get water to the livestock. So with that, like I said in the very beginning of this video, you get 90% ready for whatever emergencies because it's so taxing. It's financially taxing. It's emotionally, it's physically. There's just so much that goes into prepare for these emergencies. And it's always the 10% of things that you weren't prepared for that happen. So that's the situation we're in right now. That's all right. Our home was built for this. We're gonna be just fine. So thank you for joining us today. We will keep you updated via post. You can go to the channel page, Modern Homestead Alaska, and click on post, and I will keep you updated where we are and when we got power back. And we will either do a Wednesday video or a Friday video. All of that's gonna be dependent on what is happening around here, but we'll take you along as soon as we can get back to doing all the beautiful Christmas things. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of the channel. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. We take you along for all our life has to offer here on this Alaska homestead. And if you ring the bell, you'll get notifications. You won't miss anything we do on the channel. With that, I hope that you are blessed. I hope you have power and electric and running water and all of the beautiful things. I hope you are safe and warm. And I hope you have a beautiful week ahead of you. And whatever you do, persevere through whatever situation it is that life throws your way and just plug along, keep on going. We're gonna get there. We're gonna be fine. We'll do it together. With that, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.